Hello, dear friends, and welcome to Once Upon Two Languages. Tonight we are diving deep into the glowing ocean for a very special story. It's a night when jellyfish shine like stars, the sea sparkles with magic, and one tiny mistake turns into a very big laugh. Get comfortable, wiggle your fins, and get ready to meet Susie the mermaid, her curious friends, and a costume that was not quite what it seemed. This is Susie and the Jellyfish Night and the Sea Cucumber. The jellyfish were glowing in the night, and the sea shimmered with magical light. It looked as if the stars had decided to go for a swim. Mermaid Susie had been waiting for this night all year long. She knew it well. This was the night of the glowing jellyfish, and if you scared them even a little, they would hide at once. "I must be very careful," Susie whispered. To blend in, she put on a jellyfish costume, so the real jellyfish would think, "One of us." The costume was pink, transparent, softly glowing, and it tickled her tail just a little. Susie looked at herself and smiled. "Perfect! Now I look like a cute jellyfish. No one will swim away from me. Hee hee." Meanwhile, Bob the octopus was also preparing for the festival. He remembered an old chest he had tucked away behind some coral. Bob opened it carefully and started digging inside. "Costume, costume, costume," he muttered. At the very bottom, he found something green. Long, wrinkly, a little bumpy. "Aha! A jellyfish costume!" Bob said confidently. He didn't look too closely. He didn't check a mirror. He didn't ask anyone. Bob quickly put it on, rushed out of his cave, and swam straight to the festival. He was completely convinced it was a jellyfish costume. Quietly, very quietly, Bob arrived and floated to the side. No one noticed him at first. He stood perfectly still, didn't wave, didn't talk, didn't even blink. Because Bob was wearing a sea cucumber costume. Green, long, wrinkly, and extremely convincing. The glowing jellyfish floated above the coral meadow, changing colors: blue, pink, green. The sea breathed softly. Susie watched in amazement. "This is so beautiful," she whispered. Bob nodded silently from the side, still unnoticed. And then a shark slowly swam past. She looked at the jellyfish, then at Susie, and then she stopped. She stared at Bob. Blink, blink, and suddenly, "Ah ha 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 ha!" The shark laughed so loudly that several jellyfish blinked in surprise. "Bob," she said, laughing, "are you ready for the sea salad festival or what?" Bob froze. "What?" he whispered. "You look like a perfectly fresh sea cucumber." The shark laughed. Susie turned around. "Oh!" she gasped. Bob slowly looked down at himself, then at his reflection in a shiny shell. "Oh," he said quietly, "this is not a jellyfish." Everyone burst out laughing. Susie laughed, Bob laughed, even the shark laughed. The jellyfish gloved faster and brighter, as if they were laughing too. "Let's celebrate," Susie said happily. "I know the perfect place." And they all swam to Bubbles Café. They sat around a round coral table, drinking Foamchino, like cappuccino but made with sea foam. Susie, Bob, the sea cucumber, Sam the dolphin, and the shark. They laughed and laughed about Bob's costume, while glowing jellyfish floated nearby, lighting the cafe with soft magical light. "What a night!" Susie said with a smile. "Next time," Bob laughed, "I'll read the label on a costume." And so the Jellyfish Night became the funniest and the brightest night in the sea. If you enjoyed this underwater adventure, don't forget to like, subscribe, and swim back for more stories on Once Upon Two Languages. See you next time for another magical tale under the sea.